Hello guys, here's Mark from the RCalsace 68 in France, and today we have finally something we wait for a long time, and I especially thank the Kkpit RC team. I love what they do. They produce their own car. It's a Chinese brand, and the quality from that car is really what we like. The first one we get here in the hand was the K1 SC and Truggy from Kkpit. They also does lightweight buggy. Basically the buggy is the short course just with the bumper away. Also the Truggy is the same thing, just the Truggy has this type of tires, a little bit brighter as stock buggy tires with offset wheels. So I get the Truggy and the short course, and I was really happy with that truck. Finish weight in 3S about 3 kilograms. That means like the Losi 3.0, but big difference from the price. The K1 is that car, is something you get about 350 euros here in France. The Losi is about more 500, a little bit more than 500 euros. You have a 7070 T6 alloy chassis, shock tower. Look how nice this thing is. You have a hardnet coat on it. You can move here the ESC tray and move sideways a little bit the LiPo tray. That's look like not much, but has big effect on the car. Depending on which motor or battery you use, it's really easy to center the weight from the car without add some weight on the car. You have bumper with skid plates front and rear. You have A-arms with many suspension points. You have nice looking shocks, 70mm. We have plastic caps on that. We fear at first drive that we're gonna destroy that. Nothing happens. That's why we still have the plastic caps. You can get alloy part if you want. You also can get alloy chassis stiffener, and you have different color choice. You can have the silver one, you can have all in red, include the shock tower in red, Ackerman plate red. You can have carbon shock towers. All that are original Kkpit options. I like the servo and receiver tray. We have a big room here for the receiver. ESC is here with a nice wire laydown to the receiver box. Fast access to center diff. Front and rear diff has no fast access, but it's not take a long time to get on it. It's easy. You have here some plastic arm holder, sway bars. You can have some option parts here made of from alloy. You have something over I really like on off-road car. You have shroud covers on the shock stock out from the box. I really liked this car. Now we have the K2. First we think the K2 will only be longer in the rear when we see the pictures, but finally this car is also longer in wheelbase. We have here 365mm wheelbase. We have the same track as the short course, so it's not like an 1.8 buggy, it's smaller, and we have here offset wheels. So think on that, depending on which tire you want to use on the truck, or what body you want to put on it. If you not like the Beetle, we like it. I like the Beetle body, but you can put a 1.8 scale short course body and that stuff. I still have here a reinforced SC8 T-Meso. That's also gonna look nice. You have a 5th spare wheel complete. We also have the alloy screw on it. So these tires are lightweight, 150 grams only. That means only 20 to 30 grams more than a standard buggy tire. Same size and diameter, just a little bit wider. The quality of the plastic is really good. We drive it. It was a little bit colder. We have absolutely no issue with the K1. I would say with 3 kilograms. This car is a little bit heavier. It's longer, you have a heavyweight body because it's 1.5 millimeter Lexan. The body is really good quality. I really love this. Look at that. It's really strong and tough. It's bolted at the end and just 2 pins in the front. Even there you have a nice, bright and smooth surface to put the body on. So you don't gonna see the body go through the body pins and clips, and that's something I really like. You can put some LED lights on the car. Here some round ones, here flat ones. You get LED lights with the car. One for put here, you can put something in there beneath here and in there. You get the rear, the mirror, the back mirror, you get the door, how to say, crank, and all that stuff is included. 7075 T6 chassis. This one is black anodized, shock tower also, and you get the alloy pin holder because the car is heavier. You have here 3 point, depending on your electronic. If you go really light with a 3660 motor and a 3S battery, you will be about 3.5 kilogram. You have here without electronic, we have already 2.8. So with a little bit bigger motor and 4S for have a nice run time, because you're gonna be 3.8. With 3.8, a 4S system with not too much kilovolts will be nice to drive in that car. That's why I probably go for an Hobbywing Max 10 ESC and 4068 motor. That's something we put in 1/8 scale buggies, about 3.5 kilograms, like the orange colored here VS2 from above. This one drives with that type of system, and we have a nice speed, a nice run time, not too much heat. I'm not gonna run this crazy. For go fast and go crazy, I have my X-Maxes, my Outcast 60S, and all the trucks I destroy. This is the type of RC I will take care of it. Run it smooth, just for fun. The weight in the truck was balanced a little bit more in the middle. On the K1, you have all the weight in the front. Here you have 20 millimeter more in the front. It means all that is 20 millimeter more in the back, and you have 10 millimeter longer rear part here. These parts are all the same, so you have a new chassis, you have a new front and a new center dog bone, new front A-arms. These are the one from the K1. In the rear it's way enough tough, but because the car is heavier, they choose to go for beefier front. That's something like a 1/8 scale buggy in the front. They changed the sway bar mount, more centered, mounted in the bumper. That's a little bit strange for me. I really prefer when the sway bar are mounted on the bulkheads, because this way, if I hurt something, if I hit something in the front, I maybe gonna bend it, but it's mounted on some flexible parts, so maybe it wanna move with and not be bent so fast. They do that to have a really, really big front. Look at that. This is more than the Traxxas Max has underneath. That's really nice. We have here 6.5 centimeter ground clearance when it's at its maximum point. The car is now without electronic. If you put the electronic in, about 1 kilogram electronic, the car will sit about there. So it will be nice to drive, because don't forget, if you go at the highest point for drive, your car will roll over faster. You still have a maximum ground clearance, but drive here will be easy, and he can always, if he lifts up, have his nice ground clearance. Take care just of one point. The other stuff they do new is new CVD with bigger pins and bigger drive cups. This is something you can put on your K1. if you have drive it 100 or 200 times and you feel it's time to change some stuff, you can buy just the upgrades, new CVD, new output drive shafts from the K2, or because there's an option for the K1, you have here new on the center, because the K1 has stock output drive shaft. Here you have the CR drive shaft, hardened steel. It's stock in the center from the K2, and you can put it on all corners from the K1. Will be enough for the K1 because it's lightweight. Just take care of something I say, it's that in front and rear, out from the box, they have set the highest ride height. Look at the CVD pin here in the rear. Look here. No, they are here. Look here. The pin is a little bit outside from the drive shaft. That's bad. So take care. Just go a little bit down with your ride height. I'm gonna screw the grub screw in the arms, and I'm gonna go down 5 millimeters at maximum point. So I'm gonna lose 5 millimeter ground clearance at its highest point, but I prefer that as have CVD who pulls out, destroy the drive shaft, bend something, like we see so much at Armas, even at the San Reaper GST we have still that problem after 20 years. Something never happens to me at a Savage from HPI or an Hobao. So that's not a failure, it's just something to keep in mind on each car you have in your hand. Anytime put your arm at the lowest point, take a look where is your CVD pin, then put it full in and take another look where is your CVD pin and where is the head from the CVD or dog bone in the drive cup. You see it at the ZD Racing DBX07. There's clearly a problem. The drive shaft hits the bottom from the drive cup and you are even not at his full compression, and this is gonna destroy your differentials. I know some channels tell you it's okay, it's alright, it's perfect, but it's not. They have no knowledge as mechanics, so don't listen to them. Tell me, what did you think? Did you love this thing? What would you see as another body on the top? If you don't like it, why did you not like it? I just speak now for the aesthetics. Mechanical stuff is in short course 110 skill, beefed up at front A arms, beefed up at CVD, and we have another major point. 1/8 skill cars have 8 mm output drive shaft here. This one has only a 6 mm. So take care if you want to put some offset, if you not have some offset wheels and you have to use some something to widen the truck, you have to use something with 6 mm, which not gonna be easy to find. Something it's maybe was done for Traxxas for the old series Emax E-Revo X01, but I don't know if it's really way enough outside. It's only a 2 mm pin. A 1/8 skill buggy uses 2.8 to 3 mm pins in the drive shaft output. So don't go too far with the power, with the weight from the tires, with the size from the tires. Such a car weighs about 3.5 kilograms, full equipped with his LiPo. This is a beginner competition buggy, so this is why it's so light. All is beefier at the arms, at the transmission, so don't go too far on this car. This is a car for joy, not for heavy bash. It's a good car. Because I have the K1 and I know what I all have done to the K1. He's still in one part. I changed nothing. I break absolutely nothing on this car, and that's why I know this car is good, even if it's a little bit heavier in weight. But this is also, how I say, something for me I'm more gonna use for joy and not gonna be so rough as with my Arma Typhoon or something, because I have car for shoot in the air, I have car for grab in the mud, I have car which I just gonna drive nice and smooth. This is one of them. For the moment, it's always what I tell in the beginning when I get a new car, I gonna be gentle, I gonna be cool. And after 10-20 runs, I go crazy. But I love that. I'm a mechanic, I love to do mechanic. So, we're gonna take a closer look to this nice stuff in there. Look how nice they have done the chassis. It's a 4mm plate, full machines, and hardened. It's hard coated, not just painted like Arma, Traxxas, Corelli. This is all just paint stuff, and it's cheaper, this painted stuff, but paint is useless. I prefer to have no paint as a bad paint, because a hard coat like Hobau has, or Kkpit or Lozi at this competition line, is really something more for the alloy to prevent them from bending. This is also why this truck is so heavy, because you have a 4mm chassis plate, even if it's extruded everywhere, and the spare wheel and all that stuff in the rear. You can put it away if you don't want it. You can put, you can buy a second front bumper and put a front bumper in the rear if you not want to have this big stuff in there. It's also going to be different from the drive style. You have the weight more in the middle as at the SC car, and you have all the weight more in the back. So this car gonna handle more like a two-wheel drive, gonna push more from the back. That's why I have it here. I love 1/8, 1/7 scale. It's really my the stuff I prefer, or big 1/10 scale, like short cars or bigger 1/10 scale monster trucks. I don't like the standard size 1/10 scale buggies, truggies and all that stuff. It's too small for what I have here for drive. So here we have a desert buggy from FS, FTX or Conrad, three brand who ran the same stuff. This is the best found for me for 2021 and 22. For the moment in 22, I have found nothing better than that. 370 euros and sometimes 320. For special occasion, you have 320 for a 6S RTR tough car. You have a nice roll cage, super tough tires. Sometimes you break here a hub or an A-arm, costs 5 euros. One weak point is the rear plate here. You can replace with aluminium and then it's done. The shocks are okay, the CVD are okay, transmission, I break nothing at transmission. This is a new one. I have another one. I was a little bit rougher with. I set it on the rams, back flip, front flips. It's clear, when you do crazy stuff, you're gonna break, but if what you break is not coastful, you are happy. And this is what this truck is. This is like the Arma V1, 2 and 3. And then we lose Arma. I hope they will come back with the Carrosserie V2. So this is the desert buggy version, 1/8 scale heavy truck, 5 kilograms. Here you have a Beetle style desert buggy, same sized, but 1/10 scale technique, little bit stretched, little bit beefier done, and more than 1.2 kilogram lighter. Different style of driving, heavy 4x4, lighter 4x4 with a more enhanced rear wheel drive effect. And this is what I like at my RC Sports. I'm not a freak from brands. I do not matter which brands. Some people your side are crazy about, they hate Traxxas, they hate Lozi, they hate Horizon Hobby, they hate Dita, that. They overloved this brand and that brand and have closed eyes. This is normal when you are in love. Okay, you have closed eyes. But I'm an RC freak. I love RC where I get which I want for my bucks. I have tested the K1 Kkpit. I was really happy I had what I want for my bucks. A car as good as the Losi SC 3.0, but 30–40% cheaper. The parts are cheap, easy to find. I was really happy, but I still have a Losi 3.0 because I love that car. So I take the K2 because I'm really happy with Kkpit, so I know I'm gonna be happy with that. I discovered that thing last year. I love it. I have Kyosho, HPI, Chimeso, Arma, Hobao, Traxxas, everything. So long as I get what I want for my money. I have this sledge. Many of you don't like the sledge. Oh, it's heavy in price and the chassis is not good. Chassis is good. It has just a one weak point who don't stop you to drive. And it's a heavy car in price. But I love my sledge. It's easy to drive. You can drive everywhere. It's a real tank. I still love my Armas. I have the Mojave. I had Creighton, Italian, everything. So long as I have really fun with my trucks without any strange troubles like I had at the Axial Rift. This is for me a bad car. This has made me not happy. There are a few RCs who are at this bad point. Losi 3XL, I love the 3XL, but this issue with the transmission, who is not at the point, is really bad for the track. This is why he's not here. My four favorite big monster trucks are the Savage XL, Flux, the Sen Colossus GSTE, the Hobao Hyper MT Sport, not the Plus, the Sport, and the Traxxas E-Revo. Fifth position is the T-Magic E6, that is a little bit shorter. I want to see something new from Chimeso in 370mm. I want to see a Losi 4XL with CVDs, telescopical CVDs, please. Losi, do something, do a new monster truck with no transmission issue. As nice to drive as the 3XL is really nice to drive, is well balanced. I love that truck, but I hate that issue. If you jump and if you land a little bit on the wrong side, you have issue with CVD and differentials. This is something I'm not gonna have here. This has not happened to me here, and these are more cheaper cars. So remember that I don't care about any brands. I only care about my pleasure. It's all about that. Sometimes I know I got you on your nerve when I bore. I'm the type of guy when something is not okay, if you don't like something, I go and, oh, did it hurt here? Did it hurt? Did it hurt? Until you explode, and then we laugh together. We don't gonna see it too soon at the track because I gonna send this body to my pal who made the paint jobs for me. I begin to do paint jobs, but I'm not like it. I'm a mechanic, not a body painter. I have here a body painter who make amazing jobs for easy. If I do it myself, is I have to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors, protection underneath, all that stuff to paint, all the time I use to do the paint job, the liquid mask and all that stuff. It's cheaper if he done it because he does this professionally. He does many type of effects, many paint jobs for me now, and I'm really happy because he knows we basher destroy the body. So you have the choice. You can have a bash body, that means less details, nice paint job, tough underneath, a little bit less details because you know you're gonna destroy the body. Or you can order him a super nice done body because you're gonna take care of it. So I'm gonna send this body to him because I want something like that. I'm gonna ask him to do this reptile effect here. I wanna have that. Here, look at that. Huh? But with a yellow, that type of yellow. What do you think, Six-Shooter? This paint effect here, and instead of the white here, this yellow for this little body. You can have stock out from the box. You get in the box. That's something I forgot. For sure, you get the motor pinion, 13 tooth, 5mm axle. You have all the screws, all the stuff to mount your motor in and your electronics. You get some LED lights with a switch. No joke. This is an electronic switch. And what's crazy if that you have two outputs. That means maybe you can, if you have enough channel on your radio system, you can order separately front and rear. And you also get some more to put on. You can put some second light on there. Also switched. No switch. You can put some light without switch here and light with the switch. And that's crazy. Out from the box, it's what you get with. You have, look at this nice sticker sheet, guys. You even not have to be good at paint job. You can just paint it white or yellow or red or blue, put the sticker sheet on it, and you have a nice car. You can even have two choice of color for the numbers, different numbers. I think if with just one color it would be nice with just with the stickers, but I don't want to do what all over gonna do. If I do the paint job myself, just one color, I will be ready to run in maybe 2 hours. I can do the paint job here until it's dry. I put my electronic in the car, glue my tire on it, and then we're gonna drive. But I'm gonna take my time to do that. I'm gonna open the differentials because it's just only light grease in there. And I don't like to drive my car with so lightweight fluids in there, especially if you have more weight in the rear. Okay, in the rear you can let that smooth grease in there, but when I go hit the throttle, I'm gonna spool from the front. If I gonna turn, I'm gonna really heavy balloon that tire out on the curve. So I'm gonna put here maybe 40 to 60k CST oil in the front, 40 to 60k CST in the center. First gonna run maybe a 3S setup. Even this car is 3.8 or 3.5 kilograms. I'm gonna first drive it smooth in 3S, like the K1. I'm gonna change also the setup from this K1 to have here the same setup on the two trucks. And then we're gonna drive both to show the difference with the weight in the front. That means back from the car we're gonna sleep more. The same power. This car, okay, is gonna be 500 to 800 grams lighter than that one. So you're gonna run or faster if you go on a bigger main motor pinion, or drive longer if you drive the same speed as that one. But I want to show you the difference in heat issue and the motor and in drive time or in power. So I think get something maybe like any time, but basically we have all. Suspension. I forgot to tell about the suspension. Super smooth in the high point here, you see. And then it begins to be really harder until it goes down. You really have to push hard underneath to go down, and this is something I like. Because when I go drive, that means my suspension can take all the little bumps without problem, and if I jump, he's not gonna sag down too much to the ground. The rear is a little bit smoother, so even if I'm running here, the car gonna go down in the rear, but I still have smooth suspension in the rear to not over bump at each corner. So I'm gonna let the suspension setup stock. I'm just gonna change my diff fluids. If it's only grease inside, maybe I'm gonna open anywhere the rear to change it, because I really prefer to drive with oil. Or I'm just gonna let it until the next overhaul. So, but this is something we're gonna see when you have the weight inside. I don't gonna push the suspension harder. This is an off-road car. I'm gonna use it in off-road, not especially for jump and hard and rough terrain. So I really like when suspension works smooth and fine. Take a look at Kkpit website. They have cars, 3 different types in 1/10 scale on the same basis, K1. This new K2. They also work on something other. I hope gonna get it soon. They do tires. 2 type from tires in this size with this offset. Buggy tires, SC tires, 1/7 scale SC tires for Arma, Mojave, Traxxas UDR, or even for the desert buggy, 1/8 scale there. You have the Kkpit Valley, really tough rubber, not so hard than the BF Goodrich at the FTX car, not so hard maybe also as the UER tires, more grip also, so take care for the rollover when you turn, but feels really good, looks nice. And something for the street. This one maybe for me feels a little bit soft for the street, gonna be not so easy in the curve, but we have to try it. We're not gonna drive this by hot weather. I think this tire gonna be great on colder street or wet street, or even in dry grass. Gonna test it. All that comes not glued, so you can change the form if you want, and you can glue the way you want. I like that because in the last time, I think the 10 last car I unboxed here with glued tires or new tires I unboxed here, G-Concept tires, Proline tires, Louis RC tires, Traxxas cars, Low-Z cars, Arma cars. I guess from the 20 last cars, no one has tires who not comes unglued. The only brand who have no issue with glue at the point now we speak together here is Jetco. All our tires come unglued. No, the SRC are okay, SRC on-road and off-road crusher is okay, and Jetco's, but I unglued Louis tires, Proline tires, Traxxas tires, Arma tires, all of that. Just the G-Concept are really bad. I have even such a small amount of glue on the wheel that it popped off after 5 minutes. When you're on the field, that's something made you crazy. HPI tires also are really bad. Come unglued, destroy themselves really fast. That's not cool. I really hope to see something better the next times. We pay heavy prices for these tires in RC Sports. Thing on it, if you take 4 Proline HP tires, 3.8 monster truck tires, we pay here in Europe about 120 to 140 euros, okay? And this is the price, no joke, for 4 small real car tires here in Europe. Not the best, but tires who allows you to use your car. So that's pretty crazy. We pay as much for RC monster truck tires as we pay for real car tires, for small tires, for little car. Here in Europe, you know, we have some small cars like that. This is something you get at real scale. 2.5 GTI from Peugeot, old school from the 90s. And this drives about 195, 50 6-inch tires. So, if you have one, I want to hear from you what you love at that car and what you hate at that car. Have you had any issue with the car? Because I haven't have any issue, and I send it on the ramp, I crash it in the trees. You know me, I love trees. Anytime I see a tree, oh, a tree, bam! So, DK1 was a tough truck, is still a tough truck. We're gonna see if DK2, because of its little bit of up weight, gonna be so tough. I especially like this body, it's really, really beefy. So, enough talk. I'm gonna put the body apart. I'm gonna send it to my buddy who do the paint job. I'm gonna glue the tires, change the grease, put the electronic in. Gonna do the same on the K1, and maybe in 1 or 2 weeks we're gonna go drive together. Remember me. I'm gonna try. I not promise. We're gonna build a wall. No, sorry. Not what I mean. Don't be worried. We also had such a crazy president like you. Such a strange, dumb, drunken guy. We also not know how this happens, but it happens. We survive, also you, so now it's time to move forward. What did I forget? Damn, yeah. I'm gonna try. For all you who are speaking English and following anyway this channel, to think on it when I'm on the drive field outside, I'm gonna try to make one or the other video just speaking English. At least I'm gonna speak German, French and English in the same video like I do before, but we'll try to make one battery pack in French, the second one in German, the third one in English, or the otherwise or something, so all of you gonna understand what I'm telling about when I'm driving. I know Six-Shooter wanted just me to shut up. He even sent me from America, no joke, he sent me a ball gag. Yeah, we love each other. So I shut up when I drive, but it's not easy because I drive the most of the time with my pals, and we speak together, so it's absolutely normal that you have French at the drive videos, or sometimes some German or Switzerland, because I'm just across the border from France, Germany and Switzerland. That's why we speak so often 3 languages here. Next will come maybe Italian, Spanish. I'm on learning many things, but I'm still not good enough to use it for do a video review. Guys, have a nice day. See you soon. Stay tuned and ask me about if you have or if you know Kkpit. If you have one, if you don't, go check their website, Kkpit, like it's here. You can see they do a lot of stuff. The electronic, they also do electronic servos, motors, ESC, and they also look like they do at the chassis here or shock towers. They also at the electronic try to get a nice something overlook. I like it. Just go check it out. Bye guys.